So at this point in time, if you've been following the series for a bit, which is the Pi hosted series, you guys are probably at the point where you're running 20, 30, or maybe even 40 services. Now, each one of these services definitely has a port number, which for the life of me, I don't have the brain capacity to remember every single port. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you guys how to take the port and redirect it into a subdirectory or subdomain. So let's get started. Now, there are multiple ways to run something called reverse proxy, which is what we're going to be doing today. And you could use Nginx or Traffic, but what we're going to be using today is called Caddy. The reason why I chose Caddy over the other two is just ease of configuration. Now, I've used all three before, and I find that Caddy, for what we're using it for or our environment, Caddy seems to be the easiest way to configure. While the others do have their benefits, I prefer the ease of configuration. To get into a little bit more detail on what we're doing, basically, if you have an IP address, ADDR, and then you would have to use some sort of port number to connect to that service. So you have your IP address and then your 5555, which is the port number you connect to say go to Jellyfin, okay? Now, while only having one service and one port number, that's easy to remember. But when you start adding more services like 7979 or 8180, you know, like tons of services that you're not going to remember the port numbers to or what service it goes to, that's where it starts getting confusing. Basically, what we're going to do is do a reverse proxy to redirect this port number to something like a folder or a subdomain. You can have it two ways. If your network resolves the IP address to some sort of host name, so say in my case, I call mine home.dev, I could actually add Jellyfin as a subdomain. So I could call it jelly.home.dev. This way I don't have to remember the port number, and I could do it this way itself. But that's not the way I'm actually going to be showing you guys. What I'm going to be teaching you is basically creating a subdirectory instead. So instead of having a subdomain, which by far more superior than having a subdirectory, because there are chances where the subdirectory might conflict over other subdirectories that you're using. But the reason why I'm showing you the way with the subdirectory is because we can actually attach this to other services like Telebit or tunnel.pyjamas, and that's what we're going to be doing as well at the end of the video. Anytime you want to use services from your server, instead of having to remember the port number, all you have to do is just remember the actual subdirectory. To jump onto the desktop, I'm at my portainer. You see how it's called home.dev. The second reason why I would want to do it as a subdirectory over a subdomain is because if you're going to still resolve this as an IP address, you can't use subdomains. You got to use directories instead. So there are configurations where your router doesn't want to do DNS. So this might be another use case scenario of the subdirectory. Now, I do have Caddy already installed, but I'm going to show you guys where to get it and how to install it because it's already in my Pi hosted template. So all you have to do is head over to app template and then search for Caddy. Now, before you run anything, you do need to run this script. This script will actually create all the permissions and the files that you need to run Caddy. If you don't run this script, you're going to run into errors, and yeah, you don't want that. First thing we want to do is putty or SSH into our Pi hosted server. So SSH pi at, see, I could do home.dev and it'll bring me right there. But instead, again, I'm just going to use my IP address. Actually, the username's not Pi. So used to it because I am using a Caddy Vim 4 and when I created the user, it was done instead. What you want to do here is just copy and paste this code right here. You can just copy and then paste it, and then it'll generate all the files. Again, I'm not going to do that because I already did this and I already have Caddy pre-installed. So just run this script in the beginning to create all the folder permissions. And if you take a look at the advanced options, I already have a port that is kind of lined out, which is 2019. It's better to use this versus using 80 or 443. You could actually get rid of these ports if you have it conflicting with something else. So it's really up to you. But I'm gonna base my configurations off 2019. Once everything is all set up, you just deploy the container. Now by itself, it does nothing until you actually have a configuration involved. So in here, I am gonna actually go over to my configuration. So I'm gonna go to cd/portainer. It's the same location for you guys as well, because that's what the script does. It actually creates the folder permissions for this. And then Caddy. So you'll have these folders, a folder called Caddy file, and then these config and data. What we need to edit is something called the Caddy file. Again, I have configurations in there because I already pre-installed it. So I'm going to go through the list of configurations that I did. Sudo nano Caddy file. And in here, I have a few things already plugged in. First line of business, we need to add 2019. Again, that's the port that we're going to be redirecting everything. So 2019 is the port. You can opt out and change this to 80 or 443 if you want to, but it's just easier for me to use 2019. Now, how I have this handled is you will open a bracket and then you will type in handle underscore path. This is as of version 2 for Caddy. Back then it used to be just handle, but now you use handle path. It breaks down pretty easy. So if you take a look at this, /guac/star, which means it will resolve the subdirectory to my port 8080, which is my guacamole. Guacamole is another Docker that I'm running that actually runs RDP and SSH and stuff like that. Now, I also have this handled /star, which is the root directory. So if you just type in the 192.168, my IP address plus 2019, this will just resolve to 8480, which is my next cloud. I added something else in here because Caddy allows for reverse proxy to another host. This actually goes to my QNAP server, and you'll see it's actually a different IP, 192.168.105.86.80.80, and that brings it to QNAP. So yes, you can use Caddy to redirect or reverse proxy to another host and run all services through one domain. So what I'm going to do is take out the comment blocks just to show you that this is my main configurations. And there's a lot more you can do with Caddy, and I'll leave a link down in the description below for their documentation. Mainly, like, you could add basic authentication, you could add other subdirectories, you could add subdomains, a bunch of other stuff that you could do, and the configuration is super easy. Once I'm done, I'm just gonna hit Control X, save, and we have the Caddy file. Now, it's not gonna take in effect until I reboot the Caddy. So I'm gonna go over here and just go over to Caddy and then restart the services. Once this is done, all those subdomains or subdirectories that we just made will take in effect. So to test it out, I'm going to go into 192.168.2019, and this should bring me to, oops, because it's not HTTPS, this should bring me to Nextcloud. So here I have my Nextcloud, and I'm using port 2019. Now, if I made the subdirectory guac, you see guac over there? If I hit that, now that same port with the subdirectory hits Apache Guacamole. And if I do QNAP/QVR Pro, so this goes to my QNAP, and then in my QNAP I actually have another subdomain, so that works as well. I'm just showing you guys like subdomain, subdirectory within a subdirectory, and that brings me over to my QVR Pro. If I was to take this out, this would just bring me to my QNAP. So I hope you guys are all following along what this does. Basically, it's a reverse proxy that you can now hit all your subdomains, and you can add as many as you want. Going into the configuration, you could keep going. Like if you got all the services, you just keep adding names to it. But again, be mindful that because I do have a root folder for my Nextcloud, if you have a subdirectory that Nextcloud actually uses, then it might conflict. Or you can just make everything a subdirectory. So I could actually call this Nextcloud, and I would not have that conflict. It's just really up to you how you want to design or designate everything. The reason why I have it mainly like this, because I'm hosting it, so my phone could actually reach it through a static URL outside of the network without having a subdirectory. So mainly this is useful if you're hosting, say, Jellyfin on another server that is not the server that you're running it on. You could just do a reverse proxy to a different host. Now, the bonus content that I was telling you about is tunnel.pyjamas. I know on our last video, we were actually using Telebit. While Telebit is pretty good for what it is, and it also supports TCP, like hosting Minecraft and stuff like that. One of the things that I had an issue with using Telebit is because of their SSL cert. Because their SSL cert is part of telebit.cloud, and in order to get our little subdomains, it's telebit.io, the SSL certificate kind of becomes very wonky. There is a way to fix it, but it's just not as straightforward as using tunnel.pyjamas. Now, according to my last video, I have been going through a bunch of these, just testing them out, and I have been having a lot of fun. So you don't have to stick with what I'm telling you. Tunnel without pajamas is pretty good. You could use ngrok. You could use a few other things in here. It's really up to you what you want to designate this to. I just decided to keep going down the list and figure out which one is a better service for me. So to run this, take this one command. So all we have to do here is basically paste that command. And you can actually change the file name if you want to. Just remember, if you change it here, so say like if I change it to home, you have to also change it here because it, you know, it's the file name itself. Also, you have to change the port number, and in our case, it's going to be 2019. Once this gets generated, it actually gives you your external URL, and this becomes static. You could just use this wherever. And now because it's pointing to my Caddy service, I could actually go to my browser, go over and paste that in, and this will automatically bring me to my Nextcloud. Because it's not in my trusted domain setup, obviously I can't get access to the login prompt, but it shows that it does work. Now, if I wanted to also go to Guac, this will also bring me to my guacamole. And again, this is outside of my network. This is a URL that anybody could reach. Now, with the services of Caddy, not only do I not have to remember the port number, I can also create as many subdirectories or subdomains that I want. Again, the reason why I chose subdirectories is because when I'm using a service like Pajamas, something that already has a subdomain to it, I can't use a different subdomain. So that's why I chose to use subdirectories instead. And that is it. Hosting the services outside of your network using Pajamas and also Caddy to maintain all the redirections works very well. Now, keep in mind, anytime that you're hosting anything outside of your network, you should always have a way to like lock it down. It's only as safe as you make it. So if you put something out there that doesn't have a username or password or two-factor authentication, you're prone to getting unwanted attacks. I'm not going to be hosting Guacamole outside even though it has a username and password. But for Nextcloud or something like that, that actually has a two-factor authentication, or my QNAP that actually has a two-factor authentication, at least I'm in that layer of protection versus hosting something that doesn't have a username or password or anything like that. So just keep in mind, anytime you're hosting something, just be very careful. Find ways to lock it down, block it by geolocations, or just only allow authenticated devices or IPs. Also, what's good about using something like Pajamas or Caddy, you can actually just turn it off at will. So you don't have to like reconfigure the whole world just to block something from coming in. You could just power it down for now and figure it out. You know, like just be very mindful when you're hosting something. You got to find ways to secure your connection. Anyway, that is it for me. If you guys have any questions about this, hit me up on my comments down below or on my Discord. And if you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hitting that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.